This is Fred Beck from Fred Talks Fighting, proudly sponsored by Boohoo Man. I'm joined by Mams Taylor. We're recording this on the Sunday after the fight. Last night was fight night. Misfits 14 certainly came with a bang. What are your overall thoughts on the card?
I loved it. Had a great time. Overall, a great night. Some fantastic fights. Missed. I was not expecting that at all. The lightweights, I think it was a very close fight. We can get into that a little bit later. But the girls stole the show as well. Really, really high level. I mean, Julie is just fantastic. I'm so impressed by her. Lovely, lovely girl. Barbie as well. I mean, Julie said that Barbie's not going to be her toughest fight, but I think that was her toughest fight. Would you agree?
Yes.
So far. And what else? I think the main event was fantastic. Lots of action. Lots to take away from it all. The event overall was a great atmosphere. People had a good time. I just put thank you on Twitter because I was so grateful for the reaction everyone had and the enthusiasm everyone had. This whole fight week's been fantastic. Really grateful to DAZN as well. Like super getting along with them. Right now there's a new structure and things are looking so bright. They're super happy with Misfits. The future is bright. Numbers were great last night. Everything was fantastic. I did cock up the Anthony Taylor and the Erickson Samuel part. I take responsibility. It was a very last minute idea, and I think it could have been executed so much better, but I didn't have the time. I've got so many ideas that I would have implemented, but I didn't have the time or the resources to carry them out. Anyway, I take that one on the chin. But the rest, in terms of the fights, the action, everything was really good.
Stop Papi making a massive comeback. You've last fought in October, sadly losing to Slim by stoppage. Quite a rough way to end his year for him. He made a massive bang in the comeback, and now he's back on top.
He is super salt Papi, and look, I was really, really nervous for him. For Amadeus Ferrari, looked like he was going to take his head off. And it was dangerous. It was very dangerous in there, and Salt stayed in the pocket a lot more than he should have. But he made it exciting in doing so. Mm-hmm. So I'm not mad at it, but I'm also, because I know his potential, it would be a shame for him to lose again because of an error that he could avoid. Mm-hmm. Okay? And yes, he definitely redeemed himself. And he's on the road to recover that championship belt, you know, and of course King Kenny as well. So from a business standpoint, both of them winning is great to see. Obviously, personally, love Salt, love Kenny, very happy for them. I really also much respect to Adam Brooks. You know,
showed a lot of heart in that fight, getting back up again, trying his hardest.
No, he's a resilient guy. Very, very positive to be around, always smiling, always just a very respectful, old school guy, you know. And obviously Amadeus Ferrari is an absolute superstar as well. And I can't wait to have him back.
Well, he certainly does. I interviewed him after and he's like, yes, I will fight on Misfits again soon.
Yeah.
And he wasn't cut, he had no injuries, so he's ready to go again soon. However, Salt Papi was cut, so he'll be on the sidelines for a little bit. Yeah. A very nasty headbutt. I guess Amadeus Ferrari is a very dangerous fighter in terms of, or messy fighter, or dirty fighter in terms of just having his head down and then just sprinting at Salt Papi.
Once you go for that double leg,
yeah,
you know that it's a bad sign. You're about to lose. It's a desperate, you know, like at that point, I think he realized, shit, this is going to be tough. But you know, give him credit because his cardio wasn't. It's not that his cardio's bad. To go all out in a boxing match, all out, heavy swings like that, missing those swings, you know how much that takes out of you. Do you? Mm-hmm. You've never gone all out, have you, Frederick, when you box?
I went all out all the time, but no, why I did ask him about it. How come you're using a lot of your energy? And he says, well, the referee took 2 points off me, so I knew I wasn't going to win by decision. No, the only way I was going to win was by knocking him out. I know.
He was doing that before the referee.
I didn't want to bring that up because he seemed quite angry at the time.
Look, doesn't matter. Either way, he's got great cardio to be able to hold that pace up for 3 rounds. Okay, he was getting tired in the middle of the third, and yeah, obviously it's not a good game plan for him. But he was hoping he would finish Salt in the first 2 rounds. I think Salt, very resilient, weathered the storms, got the best of him. Still, I think it was slightly risky from Salt, but he was the aggressor at times as well. He's just got to be careful not to be taken off his own game plan to accommodate someone else's game plan. I think we saw that with Slim. And I think if Salt jabbed more, he would have been able to keep Amadeus at bay. But I think Salt's a madman. He loves it as well. He really enjoys fighting. And, I mean, you can't take anything away from him. He won a fight against a tough opponent. Sets him up for the fight against King Kenny, and rock and roll.
I remember Solomon. I introduced Solomon after the fight, and I didn't upload it. That's the one interview I didn't upload. Oh. Okay, I'll put that out a little bit later. Blimey, thanks for bringing that up. Solomon was a bit frustrated at Papi. He was saying, I don't know why he was trying to go brawling with him. He was going to take the backwards step and counterpunch him. And I think I saw Leon Wills tweet the same thing. So, but then again, it does make the fight more exciting and more dangerous. But King Kenny said in his post-fight interview that he would take the Papi fight if the money was right and later on this year, and he's only fighting once more this year. And Papi's going to have like 3-4 months out because of that very, very nasty cut on his eyelash.
They've both
deserved a break for a little bit.
No, they'll both fight, and they'll fight each other, and there's never been a problem with making the money right for Kenny. He's very reasonable, gets paid what he absolutely deserves and earns. And has earned, and the same with Salt. I don't think that's going to be an issue. I already know the date that's going to happen. I already know the location that's going to happen, and
it's happening in the Philippines. I'll leak it here right now.
Well, all will be revealed very soon, but that fight's going to happen. I'll see to that.
Are we looking kind of the last quarter of the year for that?
Let's just wait and see, Frederick.
Okay, interesting. On the lightweights, we saw another round of the lightweight tournament. Puliarov stepping on 6 days' notice to fight the Argentinian king. A little bit of controversy with the judges. Well, it wasn't a robbery of any case because it was a close fight, but it was still a pure thought Pulley had done enough.
I don't think Pulley did enough, but arguably it could have been 3-2 to Pulley, and I wouldn't have been mad at that. I don't think there would have been an uproar if it was 3-2 to Pulley. There was 2 rounds each with a swing round. I had that swing round in favour of the Argentinian king. I think he got the cleaner shots. And of course, look, I've only seen it live one time up front, and I wasn't judging. But watching it, I was like, okay, I think he's got this. What I was worried about is if there was a 10-10 round, we would have had a draw, and that would have been a disaster for the tournament. But yeah, I'm really excited about that tournament. Argentinian King that fight looked pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
It was a nice skill level, and it was entertaining to watch. There was some back and forth. I think
it was a great build-up through fight week and the press conference.
Credit to Pulley, man. I really like that kid. I think he'll be back, and he's earned his spot. And he came and he literally was like, there was 7 days' notice for him. He was the 5th opponent. Equally, let's credit the Argentinian king. He patiently waited, studied for one guy. Oh, he's out. Studied for another guy. He's out. So psychologically, who the fuck am I fighting? It's like a musical chairs or something, or some round robin. So for him, he didn't get time to prepare for that opponent. But yes, he was in camp and training. Pulley had the disadvantage. He showed up, did really well. And honestly, it was a toss-up. I think Argentinian King won 3-2. I certainly won't be working with a judge who scored it 5-0. Okay, because I think that's ludicrous. But yeah,
it's nice. It's nice that in this kind of world of boxing that a judge shows a bad scorecard, they're out. Never again.
Yeah, I'm not going to get it right. We're not going to get it right immediately. Okay, it's going to be incrementally. There's a problem here, there's a problem there. Instead of ignoring it and pretending we're amazing at everything, let's address it. And it takes a while too, because of the structure of everything. The VAR, the jury system, the zone, have to be ready for it. They have to implement it for the show for you guys to watch. We're working on that, and it's gonna happen for the next UK show. Speaking of DAZN as well, like I can't credit them enough. Like there's a new infrastructure, and things are really good. They're extremely happy. We're extremely happy, and the partnership is just going from strength to strength. The numbers last night were amazing.
Do we know the concurrent viewers, the highest concurrent viewers yet?
I'm never really allowed to disclose it. Yeah.
But they're one of the highest yet?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic. And then you see, but you know what I've learned is the more you see people talk shit about you, the bigger you've gotten.
Yeah, which I've always told you from the very beginning, Mams.
No, I was sensitive. I was sensitive. And to be honest, you work so hard. Yeah, you work so hard. It's not that I need validation or flowers, yeah? But when you see people like viciously shitting on everything you do, you're just like, why? And the person, there was one guy on Twitter saying like, and someone's like, well, if you hate it so much, why are you always commenting on it? You haven't even seen any of the last 5 events. He's like, no, I watch every single event.
Yeah.
I'm like,
the haters are the biggest lovers, almost. The haters are the ones watching every single event.
Do you watch Emmerdale Farm?
No.
Do you know what Emmerdale Farm is?
It rings a bell.
Okay, it's a show on TV. I watched maybe 10 minutes of an episode once.
Right.
No offense, I'm sure it does have its audience. I don't know if it's still on actually, but it wasn't for me. I didn't go on Twitter and say, "Oh my god, this is so shit," and "Oh, the acting's this or that or whatever." I didn't. But I'm not saying don't. You're free to if you want to. But I just stopped watching it, so I just didn't watch Emmerdale Farm ever again. Do you want to watch Emmerdale Farm?
Not particularly.
Okay, same. So we're not going to watch it. But if you hate something so much, why are you watching? It just doesn't make sense.
You want to see it. You want to see the downfall. So you're tuning in every week.
But
it's like why Mayweather sold so many pay-per-views the whole time, selling the fact that he could lose and everyone wanted him to lose.
Listen.
And it's why WWE heels like The Rock now or The Miz have such good engagement because of how like toxic the fan base is towards them.
I got you. Okay, I got it. But won't you miss them if they're gone?
Oh yeah, there'll be a bit of you saying, "Oh, I kind of miss The Miz," because The Miz is loved, but he's also hated.
Okay.
People love to hate him.
Love or hate, let's say Jake Paul.
Right.
I don't want him to disappear. I want him to carry on doing what he's doing. And I want all the characters to carry on doing what they're doing. And ultimately, come on, as a human being, you wish people the best. I think if you banter and all that stuff is great, and trolling is good to a degree as well, right? Until it gets really personal and nasty. But on the whole, it takes a special type of human being to sit there and wish bad on someone. Like you're literally consuming your energy with negativity, which often affects you more than the other person. I don't think people understand that.
What it is always, I've always told you this, it is the person in his mum's basement, in their Spider-Man pyjamas, on his phone, not doing anything in his life, just hating. It's always that sort of person, which are writing the really mean and toxic comments. But I'm just going back to the lightweight stuff. Joey Knight obviously got into it with the Argentinian King. Do you know what we're going on there? Will Joey Knight fight the Argentinian King?
Joey Knight will fight the winner of Waleed versus Ace Musa.
Okay.
Argentinian King will fight the winner of Yudi Gang and Remu.
When will we see Waleed versus Ace Musa?
Very soon.
Okay, nice. I miss Waleed. He's definitely got a good trash
man.
talk, yeah. And Ace Musa will get into it as well.
They're both really good kids. Really, really good guys.
Well, the lightweights are really starting to build up the trash talk and really get into it.
I love
Joey Knight especially as well.
I love that tournament. I miss my girlfriend. I miss my animals. I just want to be home now. Can I go?
We're not yet. No, he's still got a few things to talk about. Okay. Why is KSI so heavy? He's weighing over 200 pounds now.
He's been on a break.
No, but it's not fat 200 pounds. It's like muscle 200 pounds.
Well, you asked Alexis.
Yes.
So I don't. What Alexis knows best when it comes to KSI's weight. I love KSI, but I don't ask him what his weight is on a daily basis, Fred.
No, of course not. But the weight determines who will be fighting. It's a heavy factor in it.
Yeah, for sure. But I think he's just starting, sort of, really getting back in the gym and training. You know.
Okay. Oh, so he won't be fighting above 200 pounds then?
That's an Alexis question, because if he is, I don't know.
If he is, then me and Alexis are on two different two different wavelengths. Just a few more things then. Elbrook, Paige Van Zandt in 2 weeks. That's a huge first Misfits Women's main event.
It's huge. It's big. Elle, big respect. Julie, big respect. Julie said last night she wants to fight against Ronda Rousey.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe there was some talk of Cyborg. I mean, you know, what I love and what this scene is about, if you want a superstar, is someone who takes the high risk for the high reward. And I don't care. Blame me all you want that, oh, you put them against a pro and they got demolished. You take that risk.
Mm-hmm.
You take that risk. Because if you win and that risk pays off, believe me, it pays off massively for all of us. Of course, I don't want a bunch of pros beating my outsiders coming and beating the people, the athletes that we've helped cultivate and partnered with and worked with. We want them to do really well and to excel. But they have to take a chance. You can't handhold throughout. You know, this is not traditional boxing in your first 10 fights. The attention span is not as patient as that. And also, in traditional boxing, they don't even know who the guy who's 10-0 is yet. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, I think it's a big risk, big reward if she wins. And on the other hand, on the flip side of it, Paige has signed a long-term deal with us too. So if Paige wins, she's a great poster girl champion as well.
Great ambassador for Misfits.
Yeah, totally. So may the best woman win. As Ryan Taylor was saying, may the best man win a lot. I really felt for Ryan.
I saw him after the fight. He was with his boys. We did a 9-minute interview, and he did seem in good spirits. He said, win or lose, this is my last fight. So it's a shame he went out on a loss, but I'm sure he won't fight again. But it'll probably be, if you do an event in Dubai, he'll rock up.
Listen, with Ryan, he's actually gifted. He's talented, and I still don't believe he puts the work in fully.
Well, I've heard rumours that he was only training for about 2 to 3 weeks for this fight. Even though you announced it, he only decided to train for like 2-3 weeks. Yeah. I
mean, Ryan knew about this fight 2-3 months ago. So if he decided to train for 2-3 weeks, that's on him. But let me be honest with you. If Ryan put in the time and the work and had the passion for this and had the discipline, he would be a lot better than he is. A lot better. I know that applies to everyone, but he's actually a talented, athletic guy. But speaking of talented and athletic guys, I mean, missed. Speaking of that jab, in the crossover scene, I've never seen someone drop someone with a jab like that. I mean, he has hammers. He has so much potential. Spoken to him, he's excited. He wants to do more, and we're going to do more.
I asked Miss in the first interview, you versus Digger D, can it happen? What do you reckon, Mams?
I don't think so, no.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Speaking of rappers, Kendrick versus Drake. You said 50 million.
50 million. And people are like, oh, they're going to want more than that. Bruh, listen. Calm down. You don't know what you're talking about. They'd be happy to take 50 million if they were going to fight. Yeah. The problem is, if someone loses that, their career's over. So even 100 million or 50 million, does it matter or not? If they want to fight, they'll fight. Mm-hmm. But there is a size difference. We'd have to do an exhibition. We'd have to figure it out. But the offer's there. The door is 100% open. And I think, honestly, it's the most healthy and it's the most healthy way for two men to settle things when it gets bad and personal. There's no better way. And there is usually some kind of camaraderie after and respect. You know, you've been in there, you spar with someone, or you even have a fight with them, and you can have a beer afterwards and celebrate the fact that you've just done the most primal thing to settle your differences. No more nonsense. Go for it. Two gladiators in there. But yeah, Kendrick won that beef so far.
Oh, really? Kendrick's up?
I think so.
Well, if Drake does have a daughter, then Kendrick's 100% winning. But if he doesn't,
it doesn't
then
matter.
It's like...
This is the fucking terrible thing about where we're at in life. It doesn't matter. Enough people are not going to know or care to investigate.
You can just blatantly lie like that.
This is the world we're in. Fake news dominates so much, right? Politically, There's propaganda everywhere, all sides. It's all about your confirmation bias. If you're a Kendrick fan, you're going to want to say, "Oh yeah, I'm sure Drake has a daughter," right? But you don't have substantial evidence to back that up. But if you're a Drake fan, you're like, "Oh, there's no proof of it. Drake won," you know.
Right.
But the proof is in the pudding. Kendrick's up substantially in terms of music sales, revenues, and streams, and Drake's down by 5 or 6%. So that should tell you who won and who lost.
What, is it over now?
I hope so, because it was getting a bit personal, you know? Unless they want to settle it in the ring, which is why the offer was there.
Have you spoken to either team? Has there been any talk whatsoever?
To be honest with you, no. I can make that call, but I left it out there on Twitter, and I think they would choose Misfits over a debate on Shawn Michaels' Raw, don't you?
Yeah, I think so. Well, Misfits are obviously the A-Star platform. I think
WWE is an amazing platform.
Well, no, but WWE is obviously the wrestling. This is boxing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how else they settle it, but at the end of the day, if I don't know, man. Honestly, some things that are thrown around are pretty horrible, and I hope none of the bad stuff is true.
Okay. When will we see KSI and WWE again?
I mean, if I had an answer for you, I wouldn't tell you.
No.
Definitely not.
That means, yeah, it will happen. The connection's there. You got the prime on the canvas, which is insane, to be fair nice.
How's it going with Boohoo?
Very good.
Yeah?
Very good. It's been a very, had about 600,000 views in the last 48 hours.
They must be happy with you.
Hopefully Boo's going good. Actually, speaking of views, we should talk about this. So, I was on the way here on the train, and I looked at the amount of videos the Misfits put out on their YouTube channel. 23. Fred was fighting, 54. The Misfits have like a team of, 5, 6 people? Fred was fighting 1 person. What's going on with Misfits, Mams? Their YouTube channel. You need to start getting some more stuff out.
Oh, wait. We've got some major changes coming.
Okay.
So this is the thing. I'm not opposed to constructive criticism. Right. And also, I'm my own worst critic. And KSI is very vocal about certain things, too. We notice things. Him as a creative, he's got a very good sort of perception of what works, what doesn't work, and so on and so forth. And I think between us, we've got a long list of things that need improvement. A long list of things have been checked off that have improved. Mm-hmm. So that's good. We're making progress, and I think we're just getting better and better and stronger, you know? But there's quite a few things that need to be addressed. Now, I will say the ref cam, I've seen mixed reactions about that. I've seen mixed reactions.
Well, we had that for the Telford card, didn't we?
I know.
Back for Misfits, number 6.
That's a DAZN thing, to be fair. But I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing yet. Maybe we should do a vote. Can you do a vote?
Well, I think the ref cam's good to post after the fight. It's a cool different angle. Yeah. But I think it's best not to do it during. Yeah.
I have to go and watch everything back. I haven't seen the fights yet, other than in person.
But the ref cam's still pretty cool, but I do think that's like a viral thing you post on TikTok or on Twitter for like because when there's a boxing and when there's a very cool knockout, and you post a knockout loads of times, everyone loves to see the different angles, and the ref cam is a very unique angle to put out. So it's good to have, but I think just to post after the fight. The little viral clips. The whole time.
You should wear a Fred cam. Just follow people around.
It'd be a nightmare. It'd be so boring.
Just see their reactions at how annoying you are trying to...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People wouldn't like me obviously getting rejected in front of a bunch of people watching online. But yeah, Mams, congratulations on the show. It was a great turnout. Pretty much sold out in there.
It was sold out by then. Yes, it was. Do
you think we get any chance of a Philippines card this year, or is that a next year type of deal?
Let's wait and see. We've got plenty to look at now. There's so many exciting plans. Mm-hmm. I had the most positive, amazing meetings with DAZN over the last few days, and the future is super bright. And yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to share it. I can't say more, but there's a lot of excitement coming. You know, so yeah, I'm very curious to see what Stephen 73097 has to say about our future.
Yeah, they're never like one name. It's always like some bunch of random kind of robot letters. But yeah, awesome. Mams, well done on the show.
Thanks, Frederick.